everyone, it's Lynette and Amanda with Charm Grammy Crochet. I'm Lynette, that's Amanda. This is Charm Chatter number, what did I just say, 54. And today is May 7th. And we have a yarn haul. The rest of our Mary Maxim came in. And Amanda's first yarn haul. And we have a couple of finished objects.
Well, not really finished. Well, one's finished.
Oh yeah, because you're. So Amanda finished the loom blanket she was making, and she has a friend that's sick, so she gave it to him, and so we don't get to see that. But she did have a picture, and I don't know how to edit, so we don't get to do that either. But it turned out really good. So she loomed the blanket, and then she crocheted a border, and she liked the crochet, so she started a blanket, which is her first, or her new whip, her first crochet whip.
Oh, well, la-ti-da. So with my loom blanket, remember it was like a towel width? And even when to be honest, it really was a towel width. When I crocheted it, it made it longer on each side, so then it still felt more like a blanket. So that was good. It turned out super beautiful. I made it extra long, so then it looked like we had talked about it maybe being a wrap. But when you wrap it, it's long enough that it like lays on your lap. So it turned out really good. I'm happy with it. It's like snuggly. But when I gave it to someone who doesn't know anything about crocheting, he was like, "Thanks for the towel." Shut up! I made it. Shut up.
Right, you're sick and wrap up in it.
Wrap up, yeah, God.
Sit down on your chair and put it over your lap. It'll cover from head to toe.
Yeah. So, but I liked the crocheting part of it, and I wanted to crochet. I'm making blankets for. If you're not in the Cleveland area, but there's Rainbow's Babies and Children's Hospital. The Cleveland area is super big with hospitals, but the NICU units, the parents who have babies in NICU units really appreciate these like handmade blankets. And you guys know that my mom came for crocheting bee club, and we did all that. So you saw, I don't know if you saw I told you about the butt crack blanket. That kind of was a bust. So now that I know how to crochet, I want to actually make something pretty and crochet it. So this is what I've got so far. I'm anti-frog. Like, I will not frog. That is not happening. But I did
frogging
frog.
is part of the process. Do you know how many times I frogged this top when I tried doing the sides? I can't even tell you.
Honestly, it's like I feel like it took me 3 hours to chain, and then get in the hump. And I'm like, oh, and then to make something that looked, So I'm like, now if I frog this, that whole 3 hours I can't get those 3 hours back.
But you still got the practice.
I got the practice. And so, right, I guess.
So next time you won't frog as much.
Yeah, well.
So there's that.
There's that. So I'm using the same colors because I already told you I'm a red, white, and blue kind of girl. So I'm using the same colors, and I'm learning because I have a great teacher. I'm learning about different stitches. So I don't know if you guys can see. And I started with the chain in the middle. And my mom she made me a blanket 2 years ago now, I don't know, and she's made these other blankets that you guys have seen, these mandala blankets, and the
Mikey's blankets that he was doing. Like there's one back here.
Yeah, this is my all-time. Besides the blanket I have, the blanket she made me, I think is the most beautiful thing she's made in terms of blankets. But these mandala blankets are my favorite because I like the different textures of stitches. So I wanted to practice with.
Now, mind you, she did this all on her own without any instruction. So it's like. I can't believe that you even had the guts to. I'd have never.
What do you mean?
Like you're changing stitches and you're crocheting in a rectangle, and like I'd have never had the guts to do that.
So I'm winging it, but yeah, I'm just winging it. It's a mess. Any of the professionals are gonna say like, "Wow, we can see," But I'm making it. I don't have patience. This is a non-patient person crochet. So I made her last Sunday. I stayed here till 3 o'clock in the morning. We were crocheting, and we had yarn barf that
was huge. A big ball of yarn barf.
It took us an hour,
maybe an hour and a half to unbarf. Clean up. Yeah, we didn't spend that long today though. So yay.
No, and if I were on my own, that yarn would have been in the garbage. I don't have like nope. We'll throw it away and go get some new yarn. I'm not that girl. So. My mom, who is a saint and patient and retries and is really detail oriented, as you guys have gotten to know and love her like I do, I'm not her. So she taught me last Sunday while we were up. She taught me and this is what I did the border in. This is a double half or half double.
Half double.
Half double. And so I did the middle. Sorry, I did this whole middle, the white and blue and half double. But I got bored with half doubles. So she had told me to then chain one and skip, and then so I did that with the red, and look how cool that came out, right? So that was neat. So then I got bored with that, so then I started the single crochet in the red, and then I did a couple single crochets with white. But I don't like single crochet because it takes forever, and I'm like, oh cool, wow, these are fast stitches. But then I'm like, wow, my blanket's not getting any bigger. So I quit the half double crochet.
Oh, that was single crochet.
Single crochet, and then went into this would be what I think is a double crochet because I pulled through two times.
Yeah.
And so
sounds
that
like a half double.
Yeah.
Like she's doing this all on her own pattern, right out of her head as she's winging it through. I just can't even believe that.
But like you can
creative.
see, like look at that ugly transition, and look at my corners. Like
well, don't point out the bad.
Oh. I mean, there's no problem with the transition.
I mean, like she's at home by herself, no instruction, and you're doing like so fabulous. And look, you left long tails, like I told you, so you could weave them in.
Yeah, look at this. I crocheted over. So I hate tails. I didn't know that all people hate tails, but like so
you laid it down and crocheted over.
Laid it down and crocheted over.
Nice.
That
easy,
happened.
Right?
So,
and you're doing 3 on the corner. She did mess up on a corner where she lost her corner. But,
yeah.
you know,
and so it's wavy now. That's all right. There's the corner where there's a couple corners. So just keep on going. You keep on swimming.
Exactly. Just like Dory.
Yeah. So now what I want my mom to teach me is, because now I'm back to with the blue. I did the double crochet and I like it. But I don't want this blanket to be super holey because I think that's a thing with babies. You can't have super holey blankets with babies. So it's okay to have like, I think a little, but I need to get back to not. So now I'm back to half doubles.
Everything would be tighter if you used a smaller hook.
I don't do
it's like this double crochet row. This is her double crochet row, and look how large the stitches are. And even here, this was double crochet here. No, this is half double.
Half double,
half double.
Chain one and
because you're using what, a size 9mm hook, so it's going to be lacier. So this is double crochet. So that would be this stitch here.
The white.
Yeah. The white in the double crochet. This is double crochet. But I used a 6mm hook. No, a 5. I used a 5 on this.
So my problem with
your stitches will be more defined.
With the smaller hook, it would be more defined. Yes,
right.
I agree. So here's my thing with the smaller hook, because I used a smaller hook when I was doing the border of my 2. Actually, I did borders on all 3 of my blankets that I made, 3 loom blankets. And my stitches get super tight. And I'm frogging more often. Because so my stitches get really tight, and then I go to crochet the next stitch, and it's a bitch because...
Oops.
Sorry. Because you have to dig in there, and then it's frustrating. The big hook, just nice open stitches.
It's
yeah,
practice.
And I'm still beginning, so there's that.
Right.
And I really like the progress. I mean, this is fast. I started this Sunday.
And you frogged it.
I frogged the whole thing. So this is since Monday.
Right. That's what I'm saying. You did
today?
this completely all on your own. And she's doing it in a rectangle. She went around both sides of her chain.
Yeah, round and round.
And she's just... So I learned to do a rectangle like before Christmas. So there's that.
I made this. This is not hard because you just go on both sides of the chain. That's not hard. But only, and it's also the lazy man's. You don't have to chain one, turn, and then go into the side.
You don't have to worry about you're going wonky, is that? Oh, now we know.
Yeah, I don't have to worry about, oh, crap, the chain one, go into the side so you don't have a gap.
Yeah.
And the chain, I was like, oh, no, just go in a circle.
Okay, there you go.
So, anyway, I'm really excited. And now we're going to open some new yarn.
Wait, I got to talk about my shirt.
I know, but I'm saying now I get to think of more designs to do. and I'll have more colors and things to do. But I do.
She's going to be writing patterns in like another week. Just wait and see.
No.
I mean,
we're
she's
going to all
doing...
go back to work, and then you won't have to see my crazy face on your channel anymore.
I like your crazy face on my channel.
Oh, you should have taken back the crazy, but it's okay.
Nah.
So I do want you to teach me how to do like the popcorn stitch maybe, or something that gives me a little more. So this is nice, but to give it a little more texture.
So how big are you going to make this?
Well, you are the expert. I feel like it's not quite baby blanket size yet, even though another one blanket I made is smaller than this. So I want to make the blue real thick because there's not a lot of blue represented in this blanket. So I was going to make the blue real thick.
So a few more rows of blue and you think you're good? And
Well,
maybe a border?
Well, you tell me.
I don't know.
Because if I just have double this, 2 more rows, it's probably big enough. But if I do a popcorn stitch in the end, it's going to be ugly.
Well, the popcorn stitch is going to be
But like,
heavy.
look at all these beautiful stitches. Like, what stitch is that? That's gorgeous.
I don't know. Pull the blanket off. I can't see it.
So, I love this blanket so much. But look at this beautiful stitch. And look at this beautiful stitch.
I know, you got to do a Mikey blanket. He tells you how to do them all.
So, see this stitch with the pinks and grays? That's beautiful.
That's just a combination of double crochets all in one.
And this is a single? Because I like that. But look at that.
Well, you can hold it up so they
Oh,
can
look
see.
at that.
These are double crochets front and back post kind of
Yeah,
things.
no,
That's where you're only going into like part of it.
And how did you make a line? See how you made a line? That would be cute on my blanket.
Yeah, well, that's easy. So the line, give me your blankie.
My blankie?
Yeah, give me your blankie. So to make the line like that, when you're crocheting along, blah, 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 you only go into...
One side.
Right.
Instead of both sides of the V?
There's no V here. You're not doing it... Right, on this V. Right. Right, you go in... If you want the line to be on the front of your work, then you go into this back stitch, and then it'll... Or behind this stitch, like this. So, where's your hook?
Oh.
So instead of going into the V, you're going around this and crocheting and pulling, go around the post. This is the post. So you're going to go around the post and pull, which is going to force this V's to the front.
But it also gives you a front and back to your blanket.
You already have a front and back to your blanket.
Which I can't tell.
Well,
it looks the same to me. Because I think because of the stitches that I'm doing.
If you're going back and forth, you don't get a front and back because half of it's front, half of it's back on the stitch. When you're going around and around, you can probably tell better on my blanket where the stitches are closer together.
I mean, it's obvious this is the front, but I know it's the front because this pokes out to this side. It doesn't poke out to this side.
Well, it does poke out to this side, just in reverse.
Not
but
the
see, look at
lines.
these stitches here. And then look at this side. There's a different, not this, but we'll talk later.
Okay, yeah, I don't mean to hog your channel.
No. I didn't ever know there's for me, it's easy to tell that this is the front of your work and this is the back of your work because it's different. If you look at these.
Oh, okay.
Can you see the difference in the look of the stitches?
Yes. Now I can. I didn't notice it until right this moment, actually.
Like aha moment, right?
Yeah.
We all get
now
'em.
I can see.
Right.
And that's way prettier, actually. It's not,
right. But if you're going back and forth,
meaning where you have to go to the
right.
chain
So
one and
so like when I crochet this, I go all the way around and then I chain and I turn. So there's not as much. No. Yeah. When you crochet and you turn, then half of your stitches are on the front, half of your stitches are on the back. So there is really not a front and back. If you do like you're doing, you continuously have a front because you're always crocheting
from the same direction.
Right.
Okay.
So when you chain one and turn, then you're turning it, then there's no front and back.
Yeah.
If you don't turn it, then you get a front and back. This has a front and back. And so, let's segue in. Right.
Yeah, perfect.
I finished. I went.
They can't hardly see it.
And I'm going to stand up in a second.
I feel like they can see more of my shirt than your shirt. You're closer.
I am closer. So, and I'm shorter. So, that's that. So this was the shirt I was making. It's the Darla shirt, and I know she has a really long name for it. And she promised me the next shirt won't have such a long name. Easy Breezy Summer Squeezy or something shirt. I will link it.
Is this the one you made, Chloe? Wasn't
Same.
Chloe's a Darla shirt?
Same shirt, different yarn.
Wow.
So I took 1 strand of Kobu and 2 strands of Summer Nights, which I have the yarn over there. And
it's cotton.
The Kobu is cotton. The Summer Nights with the sparkle is...
Can we see the sparkle?
I don't know. Maybe when I get up and show it to them.
Yeah.
So I did the Darla top. Here, move that sucker out of the way. And I'll back up so you can see it more. And now Darla is a skinny little girl compared to me. So I had to do some adjustments on it.
But you
I needed to add in on the width, which we really don't want to go into, that I needed to do that, but I did. And I also did not want long sleeves. So
it's a cap sleeve like Chloe's.
well, I really wanted my original plan.
Now they could see more, but not up close. I see.
Right. So I wanted my sleeves to really come to here.
Like
and so I stopped when I got to the sleeves here. And then I was just going to fill in on the sides. But then the sides didn't look right. They were like squared off and I didn't like it. I wanted it to be more rounded around here. So then I added, and then I frogged, and I did a lot of that.
Figuring out. Yeah.
Right, to like figure out how to do it. Now, and then I added a couple of extra rows to bring it in smaller here because I should have, like I went up so many stitches and then decided, you know, I should have come up more. But, you know, it's really hard to measure on your own body. And, like, I think this is right, but, of course, I'm moving my body, so it's...
Yeah, right, yeah.
So, if I were to... And I will make another one because, really, it's a fast make. If you can just make it, like, to make one for you, I could make it in an evening. Because I would make yours...
But I know you're busy making my red, white, and blue.
Well, I got that, too. But for you, I would make... like 12 rows, and then as I sew up the side, I would just add a couple of stitches in your breast area because you have bigger chest, but a very skinny waist. So
I don't know, COVID. COVID-19 is real.
Right, the 19 is definitely real. So, but I did want to show you the stitches up close because somebody had said when I showed it the last time, I don't know if you can see the sparkle, but there is a lot of sparkle in it.
It's actually, and I'm surprised with this light you can't see it, but the whole, so she's got the white and then the 2 different colors, but there's a real big sparkle.
I'm going to grab the yarn. So we're going to turn this sideways.
Okay.
And then we're going to show our yarn haul. And scooch in and tell me. Can you see?
That's a little far, but yeah, okay, go on.
Okay, well, I'm going to get the yarn so I can show them the yarn.
All right, so this is my first ever yarn haul. That's actually going to be, I've been in her videos where she hauled yarn. I don't know like how to say that, but this is my first time ever where it's my yarn too, so that's exciting. Okay.
So, this is, so you can see the sparkle in it there.
Now you can. In the shirt, I can see the sparkle, but on there, I feel like you can't see it.
Yeah, I feel like you can't see it so well on there
because your camera's automatically adjusting for that. So
yeah. So for this shirt, for my size, I needed 3 skeins. This is what's left of 3 skeins of the Kobu, which is a cotton, 51 cotton bamboo, 49% bamboo, rayon from bamboo, and I used, because I double stranded it so that it would be sparkly enough. This is what's left of 2 skeins of the Summer Nights, which has 800 and some yards in there, 875. I think I could probably make Amanda's out of this. Amanda will take 2 skeins of the Kobu. So I'll have plenty for her.
But I'm not trying to be rude. I don't want the same exact top.
I knew you wouldn't.
Okay, good. Yeah, I don't want to be rude. I don't.
Yeah.
You're more into bright colors than me.
Well, this one would be so pretty out of this yarn.
Yeah.
Do the same thing, but I don't have enough of that color.
Yeah, the purple that she's making that loopy top with. All right,
so
have a seat.
I want to pull this down. So we got more Hirschners. We haven't opened the box. Or not Hirschners, Mary Maxim.
Mary Maxim.
Oh, wait, I got a knife. I got a knife.
I'm not patient.
I know, but
There we go.
let's fold this down and put it behind the couch.
Okay.
So I want this to be out of the way, and then I can move. There's your bag. Then I can move this closer.
Right on the top. Oh, I see what you're saying.
Okay.
You know, not embarrassing. It's okay.
All right. There we go. So we ordered $50 worth, so you got the free bag, and I got one with my order, so Lynette can have this one.
I'm kind of really excited because I'm using a different bag.
Was there a
Oh, this is a
packing list? Yeah. And some junk mail. Oh, Mary Maxim wants to thank us for our support with a nice little letter.
the dog.
Lacey is intruding.
She's sitting right down here. You can't see her.
Should we just put this up here and make her move?
No.
Okay.
At this point.
Okay.
She's,
All right.
she's old.
So everything we bought in here was $3.99, and this is so we got doubles of a lot because we each wanted some.
Yeah.
So you start. Where do you want to start at? Which one do you want to?
Well, I don't remember what was mine, and now
Well,
I feel like I know that some of it
everything
was
that
yours and
there's
I
two.
want it.
Everything that there's two of, one is yours and one of mine.
Okay, so then
And
we
I
have.
think I got more than you did.
You did.
Okay, so there we go.
Except now I want yours too. Okay, so I
So show one at a time.
okay.
And they, surprisingly, they're individually bagged, so that's awesome.
Yeah, they are individually bagged. That's awesome. I didn't know that's awesome. But do I take it out to show it or?
Well, let's take out one. So we got two of the gray. Amanda will take out one and show it to you, and I'll read to you about it. So this is Red Heart Bunches of Hugs. Go close so they can see. This color is called Rain. And if I can just find, let's see, it is 4 balls to make a blanket. It is a number 4 worsted weight. You can wash it and you can dry it. And I'm trying to see the yardage. It's 100% acrylic. Oh, there it is. It is 14 ounces, 397 grams, 948 yards.
948 yards.
948 yards. So it's probably as much yarn as was in that blue thing to start with.
Yeah.
You know, that was a pound. Well, it's going to be a little less because those were probably like a pound of love size. So it's not a pound. It's just under a pound. So this one is the gray.
Which matches.
Okay. You going to take it out?
Yeah.
Oh.
This is the exciting part because
Yeah.
I have never worked with. Is this? I don't know. You said there's a difference between variegated and.
Well, these are probably self-striping. So it's
Yeah,
going to be
see, like-
striping, not variegated.
I don't know.
Now,
I've
this
never worked
next
with.
one, hold it up close so they can see all the pretty colors. You gotta let them see it.
Oh,
They
I
want
feel
to
like.
be close.
Oh, okay.
Like, see
I don't
the
know that I
yarn.
did that with the gray, but you
great.
get the point.
So the 10 ounce variegateds are 678 yards
Wow, that's like 300 yards less.
for the same money, but you get multiple colors,
Oh.
and I think that's all I needed to tell them.
Also
the
4
color.
weight.
The color, yeah, they're all the same because they're all bunches of hugs.
Yeah.
And this color is called Magical. So now you have the Magical,
We have the magical. We showed you
which
the gray.
matches the gray.
Yeah, I put
And
the gray back.
also matches the next color we're going to pull out, which is,
So we've got the magical in gray.
and
Let's see
okay,
now.
let me throw this one out.
Dun-dun-dun.
We have another one. I can't
This
get
makes me
can't
so
find the
happy.
opening.
So it opens this way.
So this one,
But this is another bigger one.
yeah, because it's not multicolored.
Look at that color.
That color, right? They all match together.
so can
matchy,
we make a-
matchy.
This is why I'm happy. This is my OCD going next level.
So how cool that they have the exact same color matches.
yeah.
And so the blue one, the blue
The
one
teal or whatever.
is called Capri.
Yeah. So this is why I love it. Because it's
Then
an exact
if you
match.
keep out, I think the Capri, right? is in this one.
Mm-hmm.
So if you keep out the capri, we can go back.
Oh, I did order this. Yes, I get a copy of this.
You go back, let's see, so the capri and this one is, what's this one called? This one is called Prince.
Yes,
And
Capri
Prince
and
also matches.
but there's no gray in Prince.
No gray in
Because
Prince.
there is
Sapphire. So if you got those together.
and so this one has Capri, Prince, and it has the Prince has also this one, Mom.
Oh, yeah, Prince has this one too.
So look at that. Ooh.
Did we open this one yet?
No.
Oh, wait, we've got a
So
whole...
sapphire is my, so I'm loving this sapphire color a lot.
It's like a, yeah, it's like
It's
a
a
navy.
deep navy. Look at that.
And then it matches, here we go. This one is called Splash. Here, I'll hold two, you hold two.
So
Are
this is Splash.
Splash,
And
Sapphire.
Here, can we put
Right.
them all in one?
So, and then white.
And then white, which
We didn't buy white.
we didn't buy white. I should have bought white. I'm almost out of white.
I have lots of white. That's why
You
we
have a
didn't
lot of
buy.
everything. Oh yeah, but look at how cool. So everything matches again.
Matchy matchy.
We only bought one of these though, the teal, to go with the magic. So it doesn't matter. That's so cute. This is gonna be such a pretty blanket or whatever. But you know how I'm into this mandala blankets. What are they called? Mikey stitches?
No, those Mikey does the mandala. So there's a YouTube channel called Crochet Crowd, and Mikey does the videos on it. Mikey is the one that taught me how to do those blankets, and he does it so easily, like he explains, and most YouTubers do.
Yeah.
They're going to change the stitch. They tell you how to do the stitch. Then they tell you how many you need in that row, so you know if it's right. Because if you're doing, you have to have the right count, or else the next row of funky, cool stitches isn't going to fit.
Yeah, so
But then,
this is where I'm not going to be able
and
to do it.
don't listen, Trish. Trisha doesn't like this, but he tells you how to fudge it if you make a mistake. That's one of the nice things about.
So that's my jam. That's why I have
like.
like multiple corners on my rectangle blanket. This is how I need to know. This is thanks, Mikey. That's my guy.
And so I made that blanket, the purple and green blanket. I don't know if you guys remember, but I made that in the spring, early spring, Christmas time. You know what? It came out at Christmas time. He's making the same blanket in a square now. It was a circle, and now he's doing the same pattern and turned it into a square. So I'm thinking, because I wanted to do the matching one.
It looks like we got the same.
There's something. Well, I got the capri, and you did not get the capri, I think.
What do you mean capri? What are you talking about?
The light teal? Well, wait. I don't know. We'll have to figure it out later.
Yeah.
Because we have more colors.
Yeah.
We have. Oh, because I got this one and you didn't.
Yeah, and I'm
That's
super
the one.
sad.
Because there's only one.
And you got an extra one of these, it looks like.
No, I don't have one over here on the floor.
Okay. Well, you can't see what we're talking about anyway, so we don't want to bore
Okay,
you.
so we went through the blues. Now we're going to, you're going to take them out?
Yeah, because so they can
Okay,
see
so the next one is called Princess. So we got the Prince, and now we're going to get the Princess.
the princess.
And the Princess comes with, this color is called Tutu, so it's just a pale pink.
The pale pink is in there.
And then it also has
That coral.
this coral that is called Shrimp.
So I did not order the coral. I ordered the princess and the tutu. I didn't get the shrimp, and I hate myself.
Well, I think it's still on sale. And they had another one,
In this princess one, so I don't know, okay, this is maybe better. You can see that it has a super pale pink, the pale pink that we have that's tutu, then it has shrimp, but in here also maybe you can see a little different. This color right here is a really bright pink. Do you see the bright pink? We don't have that.
Oh,
But I don't think they didn't offer it.
It wasn't on the website.
You would have got it.
Yeah,
she ordered out.
I would have gotten it.
You guys know my mom. She ordered all of it.
Well, they had a color called Dragon, and it was blues and whites, and it had that bright yellow in it. And they were out of the dragon, so I did not get the dragon, and I did not get the yellow.
It had this beautiful green color in it too, because
Right,
we didn't get the dragon because it didn't have the yellow. It had the sapphire.
Right, the
but
dragon had sapphire.
They didn't have the green color, and they didn't have the yellow.
Right.
So we didn't get it.
No, they didn't have the dragon, but they had the other colors that went with it. So I didn't get, because I couldn't get the coordinating colors.
Yeah,
so the coolest thing about it all is how they are. I mean, the colors are made to go together. So that is
it's
like.
It's exact same colors.
That is so awesome.
Yeah.
And I could make a blanket like that out of there.
Yeah, you can. You can make
that blanket. The last
can
one
we
that
do one
Mikey
together?
Did, sure.
Oh, but then it would be exactly the same.
Well, we could do it together, but different colors.
Like since you have these three.
Like I could do pinks and whites, and you could do blues, which is more your jam than my jam.
Yeah.
And then we could work on it together. If you had problems or I had problems, we could help each other figure it out.
All right.
That would be so fun. Anybody else want to do it too?
Yeah.
We could all do it together.
Well, what if they don't have? Well, you don't have to have the same yarn as us. That'd be boring, anyways.
Right? No. Like grab the purple blanket. She's closer. She can grab, and she's younger, and she's taller, so she can reach it easier.
So
now,
this one
purple blanket
looks a little less harder than the pink one you made. So, I don't know if it is or not.
I don't know. So the purple blanket is 7 colors, but only one skein. I mean, I never went more than one skein.
Of each color?
Of each color. So if we did, and what I did with this is...
And there was one that was variegated in it.
There is a variegated, and then I pulled, here's the variegated. So I had this variegated, and I pulled all the different colors of the variegation to make the other 6 colors of the 7 colors.
I just love this. But I love the pink
And this was made with Impeccable from...
I don't know what that is.
It's a yarn from Michael's. It's Michael's store brand.
So I get bored easy. So I like to change. I like that it's changed up the stitches. I like that it's all of these mandala ones. I like the texture.
I think, yeah.
The texture is different. This is how she made my blanket. My blanket is enormous.
Your blanket is the first one of these. He made one, and then he started like a series, and so this is the second one. My blanket's
heavy because there's so much yarn in it, I feel like. So when I'm wearing it, you feel like hugged. It's nice.
Well, your blanket. So with her blanket, I didn't have any clue what I was doing. I made that like 2 years ago, and I think I designed it myself. I don't know. No, maybe not. Probably not. So anyway, her blanket, she wanted all different blues. She was in a blue mood.
I still am. Blue's my jam.
And she wanted mostly dark blues, but we got some lighter blues in there.
Blues and grays and like tans. Like
a storm cloud.
That's what I wanted it to look like, a stormy ocean or a stormy. We go to Myrtle as a family every single year. I think she did a video from Myrtle last year with the littles.
Yeah.
So we go to Myrtle and the ocean, which we live in Cleveland. We have Lake Erie and it's beautiful. Lake Erie is so beautiful, but the ocean's a different. I like it.
Yeah, it's nice.
The ocean's different, and you can see all these different blues. Just look out, you see. And I was like, I want a blanket that's like that. I want to bring that home, and she killed it. She nailed it. But I liked the stormy. I liked navy.
It's got some tan in it. And
yeah, it's like sandish.
And the yarns that. So like, I have no clue how to make this kind of blanket, and Mikey did a great job. I didn't realize how much yarn I needed and how far what yarn goes. And so she went through my yarn, which wasn't as big a stash as what I have now, and she said, I want you to make it with this one and this one. And so she picked out a couple of yarns, and then I ran out. So then I bought more, and then I ran out again. And then she's like, no, I don't want that one. Put this one. And she grabbed something else from my stash. And so some of the yarns are 4-weight, some of the yarns are 3-weight. I think one of them's a 5-weight.
There's one that's a super thick yarn in it, but that part of the blanket is so soft.
So some of the yarns, I think some of the yarn was from Stitch Studio, which is just a 4 worsted weight yarn they had, but it's thicker than most of the other 4 worsted weight yarns, and it's softer.
Some of these yarns that you told me are 4s, and it says 4 on the package. I'm using them. The navy one is much, much thicker. The red's in the middle and then the white's super thin.
Well, the yarn that you have mostly came from Dreamweaver. The Dreamweaver yarn a lot of it is Red Heart. I know that for sure because I've color matched some of the yarns.
Mm-hmm.
Red Heart yarns. Well, this is
and
these are a 4-weight, but it's thin. but the white yarn that you're using is Pound of Love, and even though it says it's a 4-weight, I find Pound of Love is a thinner yarn. It should be a 3-weight if you ask me. I'm not a yarn professional, but I think it matches up better with a 3-weight than a 4-weight.
Yeah. All I know is I am enjoying it. We're going to have another rainy week here. And so I don't know where you're at in your country, part of the country, I mean, but it's just finished. May usually is warm, and we're not that warm so far.
It's supposed to frost tonight, I think.
Snow.
Or was that last? Oh.
Tonight, it's going to snow. It's 55 right now, and tonight it's going to snow. So I feel already locked in.
Blake
I already
effect.
feel, yeah, I already feel locked in. I already feel like isolated. So I've just been crocheting my way through all that. So that's kind of interesting because it's fun for us.
It is fun for us.
Yeah. So we'll see what all this beautiful new yarn brings us. I'm loving the sapphire though. Oh, can you imagine this with like a...
It would look so pretty if that splash yarn, if we could get it and do that blanket and use splash in there too.
I don't know what splash is.
The other color, the one with the yellow and the green.
Dragon.
Oh yeah, dragon
Dragon was so pretty. It reminded me of like a, you know, when you go to an aquarium and it has it's dark water because it's in an aquarium, but then the bright fish are in it. That's what it reminded me of. But my red, white, and blue, like, don't you think this would look so cool with a kind of a candy apple red?
Mm-hmm.
That would be so pretty.
I have a really good red. It's a stitch to that red that I just got, but that's a 5-weight. You probably don't want to do that.
Why not?
Because
like, what's wrong with mixing the weights?
Well, your stitch gauge gets off.
I don't know what stitch gauge is. I like mixing the weight. I like on my blanket how it's thinner because the blue or the white yarn. I like that.
So when you want your counts to be right and you want your blanket to lay flat, you kind of need your...
Oh, because it'll say 14 stitches, but 14 stitches of thin yarn is different than 14 stitches of thick yarn.
Right, and some
yarns... So you
like
wing it. That's what we do around here.
Yeah, winging it on a blanket isn't so bad as like winging it on clothing.
Oh, for sure.
You know, garments have to be...
Winging it on a blanket that you're keeping for yourself anyway doesn't really matter.
Right.
But if it's a gift, you probably shouldn't wing it.
Depends on if they know that you want it.
So there's that. I just gave somebody a gift that I called a blanket, and he was like, thanks for the towel. You made me a towel. I'm like, shut up.
So, and so like on here, oops, darn it, breaking the place. So in this scrap blanket, I don't know if I have any Pound of Love in here. I don't. These are all worsted weight yarns, but you can even feel the difference in some. Don't worry about it. I'll get it later.
Okay.
Because nobody wants to see your bum.
I don't want anyone to see my bum either. It's really embarrassing. So there's different weights in their scrap blanket?
No, the scrap blanket is all the same weight, but some of them, like this is, this outside edge is definitely Dreamweaver, and that's like a red heart, so it's a little stiffer and not as soft, but you can feel somewhat like this one doesn't feel as thick as this one.
Yeah, okay.
So,
oh, this actually feels nice.
Yeah, I think that one is a Premier yarn. I don't remember. Because then they all.
So
got
I don't know.
scrappy,
I guess I'm gonna crochet some blankets out of our thing, out of our different colors.
Yeah, so
I'm sad I didn't, because look at this. Doesn't these two? So this is hers. I think I'm taking this from you.
No, you're not. She's not.
I want to, but even that looks so pretty. That reminds me of like sailboats. Like if you put a cream in there with that, or something like eggshell.
That different stitch blanket that I'm making.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yes, you do. It's got the orange and the
look how pretty.
gray.
Wouldn't that be
gray
so
would
good
look good with that.
This reminds me of nautical, and now it makes me want to.
Where's the gray?
Right here.
Yeah, put the gray up with it.
I don't like it with the gray.
Oh, okay.
I would want a really off-white, like an eggshelly color, and then I could make it a nautical themed.
See, I'll show you the blanket I'm talking about. You'll know what I'm talking about a second as I show you the.
I just don't care because I feel bad that the people might be.
Just talk to them.
Well, I don't even know what to say. Nobody cares what I have to say about this stuff. I'm new. Anyways, I think with
This one?
oh, yeah, I love this.
See, I knew you would know.
Has anyone seen this on your channel before?
They have. I haven't worked on it in a long time. That's the, I think
Look
that's a bobble
at
stitch.
that. Are you kidding me? That's so beautiful.
So that's these same colors.
Well, no, this is this color, like, see.
Well, that's a neon, but this isn't.
Yeah, right. That's, oh my God, look how
And
beautiful.
see with the gray, it looks great with the gray and white.
Look at that. Are you kidding me? This is, I want a whole blanket of this.
It's a yarn eater. But that's cool.
Eater.
Yeah, that's stitch because it goes with a lot of.
I want a whole blanket of this. I want a whole blanket.
I like this one.
Yeah. What do you got in here?
All kinds of stitches.
Oh my gosh. And this yarn's beautiful.
Yeah, I like it.
But Mom, what? How do you do this? I want to do this. Oh God.
I have a video.
I want to make a whole blanket of this.
You got the yarn?
What if it was red, white, and blue? But I do like this orange. Can I please have the coral?
So what you could do is, if you wanted to do this, like do the blue background or whatever, and then do every other row of stitches, red or white. You know what I mean?
Well, it would look like the star. We could make it look like the Star Spangled Banner. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I have that red, white, and blue yarn that I have for a blanket that I want to make.
Oh my
That would be
gosh.
cute. I never thought about doing that with for
Yarny Worlds. Let's make American flags. But this would be like the blue part, and then we would red, white, and stitch. Can we actually do that? Do people do that?
Why not? We could.
Oh my gosh. Do you know how much veterans would love that? If we gave them blankets of the American flag? Are you kidding? I have a bunch of friends who are veterans because my graduating class was we were brand new, young when 9/11 happened. I graduated in 1999. So a bunch of us were in college and just finishing college and 9/11 happened. And I had a swarm of people who enlisted.
Well, 9/11 was 2001.
2001. So 99, that's what I mean. We were in college, still young, and a bunch of kids.
When it was still going on.
So many people just ran to enlist. So the recruiter's offices got super busy. So I have a bunch of friends who now were significantly older than that, and they're veterans, and red, white, and blue is their thing. And I didn't. I'm a brainiac, and I did not have Chloe yet. She's 2002.
Yeah, close.
So I wasn't disciplined enough to enlist myself.
God, I would have died if you had enlisted. Ugh. I mean, I love our veterans and I appreciate every one of them, but oh God, any woman that enlists and goes over there, I worry for them, like so much more even than a man.
You're talking about going into the Middle East.
Yeah.
But okay, that being said, I am and was raised with all boys. In my entire life, I was princessed. Like, oh, let the boys do it.
Yeah, that's true.
I was. And so there's a lot of benefit that goes to being princess, because when it was time to clean up dog poop, that was a boy's job. I wasn't trying to fight about that. But I want to play tackle football too. I shouldn't have been told, well, be easy on her, because so that just made me fight harder. So I was going for eyeballs and stuff, tackling the boys.
And then your dad was always afraid of people trying to get grabby.
Oh, Mom, look, people are irrational, like my father. And so, except when he's buying her yarn and making her happy. So anyways, yeah, so I, like, this whole, like, people went over and fought for our freedom, and however you feel about that. There was a lot of sacrifices made, and a lot of lives changed directions, and my best friend is no longer with us because of that, for lack of a better term. We'll just say it like that. Right. And so I love to do things for veterans, and I think if we made them flag blankets,
I remember the blanket I made last year for the veterans, and I haven't seen that going on this year. Maybe because of COVID, I don't know. Want me to move this?
No, I just wanted to see more of you. You're like leaning in, and I sat on top of the dog because she was on my make me hot.
Oh, well, she is warm-blooded.
So, yarny people, if we can, maybe we can do that. I hope I stick with it. I can. Oh,
there. See,
yeah, okay.
Better, right?
Yeah.
So,
It got kind of long, our video.
I don't think they totally hate long videos.
Oh.
I just don't like to make people
Yeah.
stick around this long.
I love this so much. I just want to snuggle it.
So, we'll talk more.
Yeah.
We'll talk again later, as Deb says.
Oh, nice.
The Canadian crocheter. That's what she calls herself.
Crotchets.
Crocheter. Deb, yeah, and Debbie the Canadian crocheter. That's what she calls herself. She's a very cool woman. I love her a lot. And I don't miss one of her videos.
Really?
Yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah. There's people that you do that with. You don't want to miss their videos. And hopefully I'm one of those people, right?
I never miss one of your videos.
Liar. So, thanks for sticking around all this time for our yarny chat and our little yarn haul and show and tell and new whips and finished objects.
Yeah.
This would be great for the thumbnail, right?
Yeah, no, that's going to get the one where it's like either of my rear end or of us, yeah, my bum, or the one of us like half laughing where we're like, you know, because I see your thumbnails sometimes and it's where you're laughing and you look like it. I'm like, dang, why didn't I pick a better picture?
Well, you get your choice and it's really sad when that's the best one. Yep. So
No,
that's how that
just
happens.
don't
It
pick
gives
the
you
one of
it
my
gives
bum.
you 3 choices that it picks all by itself.
Okay.
You can upload if it doesn't give you a choice that's like even anywhere near decent. I always try to get ones where I'm at least smiling.
Yeah, for sure.
So there you go.
Yeah.
Because when you're going, I didn't understand what that was. Of course, that's the one it's going to pick. And
Yeah,
you're like,
yeah.
oh, God.
Oh, gosh. YouTube problems.
Yeah.
First world problems.
So that's that.
Thanks, guys. That was awesome.
See you next time. Bye.
Bye.